Hello, welcome to Dave's Great Escapes. It's been a while, hasn't it? We're in the North Pennines in February, and it's not freezing. It's all right. It's not so bad. So we're taking a chance and we're going out up on the moors and see if we can get a little camp in with the old Helm on. Come on. As you can see, there's lots of water about. We've had nothing but rain. I haven't been out for ages, absolutely ages, because I've had one cold after another. Ridiculous. I had a cold man flu in January for a fortnight. Got better, great. And then the fortnight that I was better, it was gale force winds, chucking it down in rain. It wasn't good camping weather, so I never got a chance to go out. And then like the snow was coming out, I was like, oh, I've got to get out in the snow. And I got another bloody cold, couldn't believe it. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just January's my worst month. I'm always kind of low, depressed in January. It's just a bad month, I hate it. And I just got one bad thing after another, just another sore throat, coughing, you know, the usual man flu symptoms. But I didn't feel very good today, you know, but I thought, oh, bloody hell. It's supposed to be dry tonight. It's not supposed to be too windy. I thought, if I don't do it now, I never will. So you've got to take your chance sometimes and just go for it. And when you come out, I mean, look at this, just these little falls. You know what I mean? Just little things, just the little sound of water. The grouse sort of keep flying up. Just be out in the fresh air, it makes you feel better about yourself and about the world, you know. So if you get the chance to get out, you've got to go for it, really. And if I cough my eyes out when I'm lying in the tent, so be it. So how is everybody anyway? Are you doing alright? Have you signed up to be a soldier? All this bollocks, this propaganda for war. Fear. They love it, don't they? They love, you know, it's either a pandemic or it's war, it's climate crisis shite. Utter bollocks. Ignore it. Turn off your TVs, that's what I say. But I have signed up, yeah. I want a gun. Yeah, yeah. I know where I'll be pointing and it won't be Putin. That's for bloody right. I don't know if anybody saw the Tucker Carlson interview, 2-hour interview, Tucker Carlson with Vladimir Putin. And I'll tell you what, I would happily go to Russia tomorrow. I would live there rather than the tyranny that is Britain and America and the West. It's mad. Their new world order, they can stick up their arse. That's what I say. So, but we've come out here to get away from all that shite, haven't we? We've come out the way and oh, look at some nice grouse just flying up there. I don't know if you caught them. Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, bit of fresh air. This will do us good. So this track, it just leads us down into this old valley where there's a lot of Weardale and Teesdale, a lot of County Durham dales. It's mining, it's lead mining, that's what's happened in the past. And there's still a lot of remnants of that going on. So that's where we're heading. We're somewhere between Weardale and Teesdale in the North Pennines, which is in the northeast of England. So I hope you're going to enjoy this as much as I am. I have no idea what that is. Not a clue. Very well made. It's kind of a brick building inside and then covered in stone. Very well made. There's a door on it. Metal. Maybe something to do with the water board, I'm not really sure. There's no reservoirs around here. Not a clue. The last time I was down here there was some Environment Agency vans, so your guess is as good as mine. This would be a lovely place to camp here, just on this grass next to the stream. But of course there's a track here which vehicles can have access to, and there's these buildings which I'm not really sure what they are. They're boarded up. There could be shooting lodges, quite possibly. There's a wood burner in that one, you can see it. Yeah, I think possibly shooting lodges. So I'm not going to be too happy if I'm camping here on this green, are they? But it's a nice spot. Yes, we're in the old mining works, which if you come to Weardale or Teesdale or even North Yorkshire, there's nothing but lead mining excavations and what have you from the last 100 to 200 years. And there you can see there's some old building there, and it's been shored up, and there's rocks left, and there's paths down. And what I'm actually walking on is like a drover's path, where they would have had carts taking out the galena. Probably galena is the rock that they dug out, and in amongst the rock was lead, sort of smatterings of lead, which they had to then use heat to get out, to melt the lead out of it. So yeah, and of course it's annoying really, because all these rich mine owners, they did all, you know, they came to the moors, the valleys, the dales, and they raped the land, didn't they, really, of fluorite and lead and tin and all these things. Tin down in Cornwall. And then left it, just left spalled heaps, which is really horrible. And people say, oh, isn't it wonderful, the history? I disagree, actually. I like to learn about history, but it's not wonderful to see the mess that they've left. So that there behind me is Hamley Forest. I'm sure people of a certain age will remember David Bellamy. Oh, the smag the moss, oh yes, the smag the moss, oh the botany and things like that. Yeah, that's David Bellamy. He's not with us any longer. Lovely chap. He lived in Hamley Forest. He had a bungalow in Hamley Forest. And it's a fantastic place, and if I kept on walking along this track I'd end up in the forest. But although there's some great places to camp down where the entrance is, and where they've got picnic areas and the river's wide, and it's yeah, it's fantastic. But obviously they've got ranges there, you know, it's the Forestry Commission, so you're not supposed to camp there, and I wouldn't. And if I camped at this end of it, which is where you could camp, the spruce are so close together you can't get in. There's nowhere to camp, there's no flat areas, and it's all boggy and marshy, so I'm not going to Hamley Forest. I'm heading up onto the moor. Whew, it's getting a bit breezy. So I'm nearly at the spot I want to be at, and we're probably about 1600 feet up here. But although there's a breeze, it's not cold. It's about 7 or 8 degrees actually, which is pretty mild for February really. I'm sure we're going to get more snow. The winter is hardly anywhere near over for at least another 6 to 8 weeks I reckon. Today, it's mild. Yeah, very mild. There you can see the spoil heaps from the mines. And we keep heading up. As you can hear by my breath. Well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, as they say. So I did think about pitching up there, just a little bit of grass, but it's not very level. Plus you're right next to heather, and there is adders around here. And I know it's winter and they should be hibernating, but they're not, because they have been seen sunning themselves. Not that the sun's out at the moment. The last thing I want is to disturb an adder. They're very sort of reclusive animals, and they're not going to go out to bite you, you know what I mean? But it could happen by accident. You might just go out in the dark or something, and you know. So I think I found my spot. This little bit of green area is flat. It's fagged and moss, but it's not soaked up loads of, you know, it hasn't sponged up loads. There's a nice little pond there to look at. Very distant views right across to the coast over there, and of course you've got the forest ahead of you. So I think we've got it. So I'll just book in, you know, have a word with the concierge, and I'll see you guys in a moment. So I'll just get it pegged out. Very easy to put up this tent. It's all in one piece, you don't have to put an inner up. The inner is already up inside. Just a couple of poles you put through, and peg it out. Really simple. So I'll just take my guys up there. There we have her, solid as a rock. What a great little tent. What a smashing little spot. Not bad at all, is it? Beautiful far-reaching views, not a soul around. Nice body of water there to look at. Maybe some birds coming over later on at dusk. That would be nice if some birds came down. Yeah, got that about 8-9 months ago, I think it was about April, May time, I can't remember now, of last year. Got it from Fresh Air Junkie. Looked them up online, Fresh Air Junkie. 160 quid. I mean, the £250 from Wild Country, £250 recommended price. Obviously you never pay the recommended price, do you? But if you get one for £200, you're doing well. I got that for 160, so... But I'm canny like that. Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine here. Peg bag or tent bag in one of the pockets there at the bottom. We have another pocket there at the top where I'm going to have my head. And then we have this here, which is just wonderful. You can get through to this little vestibule here, which I'll put my rucksack in very shortly. If you like, what you can do is, it's a double zip, so you can just have it vented on a night. So if you're feeling a bit warm, there you go. No creepy crawlies can get in, and you've got lots of ventilation, so you know, less condensation. And there's a good gap all the way around anyway. And there's your vestibule you have at the side. That's your sleeping quarters. Vestibule. Brilliant design, nice and strong in the wind, lots of guys. I love it, it's a really good tent. So one of the first things I do, especially in the winter, is get me a little seat out. Fantastic these, you're talking about 20 quid. And they give you a bit of a backrest, but ideal just to kneel on while I'm getting stuff in the tent. Blue sky. Might be the only little bit we get. Let's celebrate. Crack open a beer just to celebrate the blue sky. Ah, we're getting there, we're getting there. There we go, bedtime. So that's a 50cm wide X-Firm Neo, and we've still got all this space by the side, and of course I've got that room through there for my rucksack, and I'll put my sleeping bag up a little bit later. Well, it's that time of day. Cheers. I've been getting these little cans, you know, gin and tonics, just because I prefer a beer, to be honest with you, or a nice lager, but you can bring a couple of these and they weigh nothing. Do you know what I mean? They weigh absolutely nothing, and it does the same job, you know. It takes the chill off you. And I alluded to before, January being the worst month, and it is, you know. I think for a lot of people it's a very bleak month. It's just a dark, cold, horrible month. Nothing to look forward to, have you, really? It's rubbish. And a couple of things have helped me get through, and I'll put them in the video, you know, and I'll edit them in, and I'll put a link down below for you. One is a video, it's a breathing exercise video, really good for your mental health, raises your vibes, makes you feel fantastic, takes you 20 minutes. It's kind of, I don't know if you've heard of Wim Hof. It's Wim Hof type breathing, and it really, really does work. It really gives you a lift, releases endorphins, makes you feel good. And the other, like I say, I'll put a little bit in the video probably, is me in my plunge pool, freezing cold water. You needn't put ice in, it's cold anyway. It's really cold. But like, you know, I like my cold water dipping when I'm out and about. I like to get in the river, I like to get in the sea, streams, lakes, whatever, when I've been doing my wild camps. And it gives you such a lift. It's really good for your mental health, it's good for your immune system. So I bought one of these tubs, and it cost us 60 quid. Well worth it for 60 quid. I can plunge in anytime I like. If you're just feeling a little bit low and you need that lift, give yourself a minute or two, as long as you can stand, in the cold water, and it releases the endorphins. And it's actually better than alcohol, so give it a try. These things are ideal. I went to France, south of France, and in the Pennines to watch the Tour de France back in 2018, about 5 years ago. Let's have a look at that camera, it's not quite right. And they were giving these out for free, you know, and they're just like a sort of a loop of material, like a hose, but they're ideal. You can wear them as a hat, as It's like a balaclava, you know, sort of idea. But I find them ideal just to, if you can see this, can you? Yeah, just to put around your neck, like a snood. And it just keeps the draft from going down, it keeps the heat in. Because it's getting a little bit chilly now, so I'm just putting one of those on. Like I say, I got it 5-6 years ago when I was in the Tour de France. I wasn't in the Tour de France, you know. I'm sure I could beat Bradley Wiggins, like. Not Chris Froome, no. But Bradley Wiggins, you know, he's fat now, isn't he? But, no, I couldn't beat any of them. I think I need a tricycle these days. But back in the day, 5 or 6 years ago, I was really fit, and I went up to Col d'Aspin, which is in the Pennines. Oh wow, it was wonderful, wonderful. And we watched them go by. It was just amazing. And I remember we found our spot. We had the camper van. We found our spot, and we're waiting for the entourage to come up. It was brilliant. And I thought, right, I'll go down at the village. It was a couple of miles down the village, so I walked down the village. And I thought, I'll go down, I'll get some beers, you know. We'll have some beers to drink while we watch all the cyclists go by and cheer them on, you know. So in the red hot sun, it was like 90 odd degrees Fahrenheit, and I went to this Carrefour. Is it Carrefour? The big supermarkets down there. Got like a big 6-pack or 8-pack of those little bottles, you know, of San Miguel or something. Walked all the way back up, sweating like a pig. Cracked it open, says, hey, you know, I got my wife a bottle of wine. It's great, you know, we're going to be merry watching the cyclists. Chris Froome going by, you know. Oh, which is great. And I had a look. I'd only picked up non-alcoholic lager, hadn't I? Non-alcoholic. What a dimwit. Couldn't believe it. You know, that's just... yeah. So, I've actually got proper gin this time. It isn't non-alcoholic. And I haven't had to go all the way down into a French village to get it either. Never mind. I got high on the sunshine and on the race anyway, so vive la Tour de France. So it's time for dinner. So I'm gonna have a little bit of olive oil. We will have our steak and chuck it on there. Oh, it's a better sound. I don't think so. The brilliant thing about a steak is it takes literally 4 or 5 minutes and it's done. So you use hardly any gas and you get a huge amount of protein and fat and calories. You can't lose really. And what I've done is I've got a couple of eggs and just put them in here, crack them, put them in here, then you don't have to worry about them breaking. Oh, we'll just take that out. And we'll leave that to rest. I'll have a little bit of oil on, a little bit more oil. And we'll stick our So basically I got 2 eggs, beat them with a fork, added some salt, some pepper and some herbs. And then it's ready to go. Should only take a couple of minutes. Will be perfect with my steak. And there we have it, steak and eggs. Not bad. Bon appetit, bon appetit. think that people actually believe man landed on the moon. That's the power of Hollywood for you, isn't it? But never mind. It's my first camp out this year. February. It's a bit cold, it's a bit chilly. Glad I've got this fire. I'm just glad to get out. Totally lifts your spirits. Does make you feel good. Just the fresh air, the cold actually is good for you, believe it or not. Just a little bit of discomfort. The views aren't bad here either. I like to see it. Like I say, a fire just always does it, and it's kind of like primeval, isn't it? So yeah, I'll bid you good night now, and I'll be getting into bed and read my book before long. There's no signal here, so no phones. Brilliant. I'll just be reading a nice little thriller I've got going, Harlan Coben. I'm a Harlan Coben fan, so I'll be reading my book and I'll get tucked into bed after this fire's burnt down, and I'll finish my nightcap. Morning. Oh, it's a bit misty, a bit foggy, a bit damp, but also quite pretty. First things first, coffee time. Oh, there's a lot of condensation last night. There's absolutely not a hint of a breeze, and there wasn't all night. It was just a really super quiet night. Apart from the odd owl and the odd grouse making a noise, there wasn't a sound and not a flutter on the fly, not a flutter. So obviously the only air that was floating about was the hot air coming out of my mouth when I was breathing out. So yeah, quite a lot of condensation actually, but it's to be expected in the winter, isn't it? I'm just warming my hands on the flame because I've just wiped it all down and my flipping hands are freezing. Yeah, finally. Didn't take 2 minutes, you know, but seems to take forever when you're just watching it. Oh dear. Not a bad view, is it? Not a bad view at all. So there we go, all done. Left no trace. That's where my tent was. That's where I had my fire. I've put it all back. That will go in a few weeks, no doubt. Very nice. And it's coming all miserly. Very wet and damp now. And of course, I just got the tent all nice and dried off. And it started to pitter-patter, didn't it? Pitter-patter down on us. So I'll have to get it out when I get home and get it dried out. Anyway, let's get on my way. folks, I'm just following this beck back up to my van. Hope it's all okay. Nobody touched it last night, so it was a worry, isn't it? I think I'll leave that one there. So Thursday night at home, just coughing my guts up. Got hardly any sleep, felt really poorly, quite feeling sorry for myself like you do. And yesterday I thought, oh stuff it, I'm never going to get out at this rate. So I just went for it, had a nice night out. And I barely coughed at all last night. Yeah, I've still got phlegm, I've still got a cold on it, but just shows you I wasn't poorly. I think it's does the world of good, some fresh air. So we'll leave that one there, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. You take care.